Hey guys, I'm Super Koopa and welcome to the Mario Fun Channel's new and very first show, Nintendo Uncovered. Before we begin, I want to tell you the main objective for this new show. Here, we are going to be uncovering things like secrets, glitches, game Easter eggs, the works, as well as predictions and discussions for upcoming games. We'll also be doing contests, trivia questions, polls, quizzes, and more. Finally, we will also be doing game reviews along with 3DS game demo reviews, walkthroughs or let's plays, and finally some secrets that we can't tell you about yet. You'll have to wait and see. So first, I'm going to start out with a poll for today, and here it is. If you could have any one of these 5 characters in the next Super Smash Bros., what would you pick? Would it be A. Bowser Jr., B. Ghiraham, C. Palutena, D. Chibi-Robo, or E. Me? Cast your votes in the comments below. We would love for your participation. And let's see what else. Alright, and also please do not be afraid to share this with anybody that you might know that likes Nintendo, Super Smash, Mario Kart. We're going to be doing a lot more than what we're doing today. So we're going to be doing, as I stated in the thing, we're going to be doing more games like Super Mario games, Super Smash, Kirby, maybe, I don't know, Legend of Zelda. And also you guys can maybe suggest a game that I could do a playthrough of or something, or do a review. I'd love to do that. So just spread the word. Also, you can visit the Mario Fun Channel website, which link will be up right now or in the description. You can check that out for more Nintendo Uncovered fun and news to see what's to come. So, this series, we've actually promised this since June of 2013, and I'm finally getting around to it. I'm kind of glad, but it's been a while since I've wanted to initially release this, so I'm glad I finally get to doing it. But today's video is all about this week's round of Sakurai posts from Miiverse. And I'm going to actually be doing one of these a week to talk about some posts that Sakurai do. He does them weekly on Miiverse, and there's a new post every day, except on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. So that is probably when the videos will be posted anyway. So yeah, we're going to be doing these, and hopefully we'll try to do one every week. So we'll see when it gets posted. Not promising any days, so when it gets on, it gets on. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and this episode is about to start. So enjoy, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Tell your friends, and on with the show. Let's uncover Nintendo, guys. Alright guys, so the first pick of the day, it says, "Where am I?" To be clear, the new Super Smash Bros. Games do not feature a story mode like the Subspace Emissary. Now, I looked this over, and I was pretty excited when I saw this. This was the one that started the week, so I'm like, this is pretty cool. So, it appears like there are some trees in the background, also it looks like some fairies. Now, at first glance, I thought something else, but everybody kept saying that it looks like it could be like an all-star room or something like that. Yeah, they said it was like an all-star room that you start out in, kind of like they had the other one with the platforms and the hearts. That's kind of what it looks like here, because it has the 2 platforms. But if you look at it closely, and this is what my first glance was, it actually looks like a Rayman stage. Now, as you can see here, there's also a stage in Rayman that looks pretty similar to this, almost scary. Now, in this shot, you can see that the little fairies in the background, I believe they're called mums, are blue, but in the actual screenshot of the day, they're yellow. This could just be kind of just a recolor. They just recolored them. I'm not exactly sure what this could mean, but to me, it looks like it could be either one. to me it actually does look like a Rayman stage a little bit more. If you actually look at the very first Smash trailer that they showed an actual like stage. Everybody says it's Donkey Kong stage. There's no name, there's no other confirmation. This is the closest thing we have to an actual like confirmation that's close to the stage. If you look at them, they're very similar. And also I provided another screenshot here where it shows that there is like a little, it's like when you have to pass like a section, you have to break open this door. Now this door is almost the exact same, it's kind of like the same pattern as the door or the spinning like Ferris wheel sort of thing in the rotating platform in the course that Mario is jumping off. So I think this could be linked, possibly, but then I could be totally wrong. But that would mean that Rayman is the second, like, third-party newcomer. Well, not including Sonic, but, like, the new third-party newcomer. So, I mean, it would be interesting to see Rayman because he's the only video game character with no limbs. So, I mean, that would be cool. He has some interesting moves, and I actually had him in my very first roster. And it seems like a lot of the people that I left out, well, most of them, some of them were pretty bad, but most of the people that I left out are actually getting in. Well, only Rosalina so far. But I can see why she got in, and why I might not, or why I shouldn't have taken her out exactly. Yeah, I regret that. And speaking of Rosalina, we're on to day 2, this beautiful screenshot of Rosalina. Now, on this day, this so happened to be Super Smash Bros. 15th anniversary. So everybody was pretty much expecting a big screenshot with all new characters, confirmed nests finally, do this and that. But no, we got Rosalina and her Luma. And this is what the post says. It says, pick of the day. This is the Luma shot, which highlights the different ways to control your Luma. You can switch between controlling the Luma alongside Rosalina or away from her. Now, according to this post, it actually seems like this is like one of her special shots. Now, there is it looks like there's 2 separate shots. There's probably one move where she can use, which is probably like that one, like, well, that might be a side smash. I'm thinking that, like, when she summons the Luma, like, her special moves change. And why I think that is because she won't be able to do her attacks at the same time as the Luma. But then we did see last week that they can do 2 separate up attacks at the same time. But why would Luma have the same up attack as Rosalina did? So I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I'm thinking that this could be, like, I'm not exactly sure how you're going to be able to control Rosalina yet, but I'm still trying to work that out in my brain. I think everybody's trying to figure that out. But it might be impossible to figure out until the game is released, unless there's more information. But this is pretty valuable information. What it says here is that this is the Luma shot. Now, that's actually a name of a move. Now, you could tell that because it's very similar to some of the moves, like some of the names that other people has had. So, the Luma shot could be the move. This could be the side move. And when you move the Luma toward closer and farther away from you, I'm not exactly sure how that works exactly. There might be like a down move where if you press down once, her down special, it sends it out more and you can do attacks farther. And if you press it again, it'll bring it closer. I don't exactly know how this is going to work out. But right now, it seems like this could be her side. After you summon the Luma, her side special. And I'm not exactly sure how you're going to be able to summon the Luma, but I'm thinking that's going to be the down move. Her down special when you summon the Luma, and then you can, it's would kind of be like the Wario bike, how you can't summon another. And that would explain why you can't do, how this could be the down smash, that it could be farther away, or to make the Luma farther away. I think that would be good if it would be its down smash, because then you control how close and how far by just pressing it down for longer periods of time, and then letting it go, summoning how far you want it. and you can't exactly. It wouldn't be like like an open slot, her down move, like looking for the Luma that's already out, like kind of like Wario does. He like looks left and right for his bike, but I'm thinking that could be her down move. After summoning the Luma, you could change how close and how far you want it. So that's just what I think for this screenshot. Other than that, the screenshot is pretty bland. It's just pretty. I like Skyloft. I'm pretty glad this is a course. I mean, it's just good scenery, and this is a pretty nifty screenshot, I guess. Alright, going on to the next one. Yes, the next picture is a picture of edge guarding. Well, edge guarding? No, actually more like grabbing. Alright, it says, Pick of the Day, there are many changes being made to the attack and defense options for grabbing the edges. In this picture, Link is actually trumping Mario's grab. Now, I thought this was really interesting, because in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I never really fell off the stage at the same time as another person, so I never really checked out if there was an actual, like, edge grabbing technique where you can, like, try, or, like, trump somebody else's. But apparently not. It also says that Sakurai added for like a second post, some other changes include airtime and accumulated damage will determine your period of invincibility while hanging on the ledge. So that's basically limited edge guarding, pretty much. And then grab controls will no longer be affected by whether you have above or below 100 damage. So I'm trying to figure out what he was saying here, and it looks like he could be talking about two different things. He's also talking about grabbing. I don't exactly know if he means grabbing on stage when you grab a person and you throw them. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's pretty mysterious to me. And then he also says that airtime accumulated. I'm trying to think. Alright, so it says airtime, and accumulated damage. Alright, so it depends how long you're in the air if you get to trump the other person's move, it seems. So, let's say you're pretty far damaged and you're flying in the air and you're almost knocked off screen. You make an amazing recovery and then you get on the ledge. It might make it harder to trump the move that way, or to just saying like, alright, the game's just starting and I'm just going to go hang out on the ledge. So I guess it determines the invincibility, how long you get to stay on there for. And also I still don't know what the grab sort of thing is about, so I'm just going to pretty much ignore that. But besides that, this is actually a pretty cool screenshot. I like that Link has finally been shown again. It's been a while. And he'll be shown on later on, but I just like this move that that Link is trumping Mario here, so I think that's pretty cool. And I like Mario's animation. It's just like that face, just amazing. Also, you can tell a little bit more of the detail in the battlefield stage. You can see some chains, and you can definitely see a lot of detail going into every little piece. So good job, Nintendo. Alright, so there was a leak this week. No, not the actual vegetable leak. No, I'm talking about a leak for Palutena from the Kid Icarus series. Now, I watched, let's see, I'm trying to think of what it is, Game Facts. I was watching their post, and I don't know. I think that overall, I think this might be a fake. Why I think that is because there was an IGN site that showed like a trophy of Palutena. You can see it here. It showed a trophy of Palutena, and it looks very similar to this, only different facial expressions. The funny thing here is I wouldn't really find Palutena to have, like a shield. I think she would just go solo with her staff, because that would be kind of really close in comparison to Link. So what I was seeing here is that she is holding her shield, which also was in that screenshot in the IGN site. I find that really funny, because she's never had that shield. Also, on the IGN site, there were some, comparison, there was, a comparison background for her height versus Bowser and Ganondorf, and in the background, you see that little, fairy thing that's, following her in the background? It's in both of her leaked screenshots, but that's never been really in her appearances as Pit's Final Smash or in Kid Icarus Uprising. I find this funny because this is in the IGN screenshot, so I'm like, yeah, this is kind of cheesy. Also, you can see here that there is a Starman. This was pointing out on that one video that I watched, but actually, I saw another picture that Pit's Final Smash, it shows her with a charm on there, but this is actually just the top. I didn't notice this before until I saw that picture, compared them both. This isn't really a Starman. The first thing when I saw this picture, I saw the Starman before I even watched another video. I'm like, oh gosh, it's a Starman. Is this legit? But the more I look at it, I think that it's just fake. It's so similar to that one screenshot. The only thing is, though, there is a little bit more detail done. And also, I compared the background, that little hill in the background, to other screenshots that have been seen. And it actually, the little point on the bottom of it, it kind of looks like a wolf, howling. It's different than all the other ones. So I don't know if this is just a screenshot angle, or that it just might be coincidence that this is a fake. If it's a fake, it's pretty legit. I mean, it's ridiculous. One more thing I'd like to mention is the outline around Palutena and Mario. Now, there have been some really close-up pictures of Mario, and a lot of the 3DS screenshots don't look as great of quality as this picture right here. As you can see, that Palutena is just really, she looks like a really good model. She looks almost too good here. So I am thinking that that could mean that it is fake. So I'm still trying to think about this, and I've come to the conclusion that this screenshot is a fake. Now, I could be wrong, and don't judge me if I am wrong, but this is just my opinion. But it's very elaborate, and whoever did this, whether it is a Nintendo person who leaked this, whoever they are, they're gonna be sued. Or just the person who did this, it is amazing. Speaking of Kid Icarus, everybody in the Miiverse that night they kind of wanted an explanation. Is this screenshot real? And the funny thing is that everybody's like, oh yeah, they're gonna confirm Palutena, she's confirmed, yeah. Well then, because I follow Miiverse every night, I wait up for the screenshot till 2 o'clock in the morning, which is probably insane, but I don't feel like it is, because I could be missing something cool. But this was actually really cool. So, the description for this screenshot, and you can see it now, you're probably already getting thoughts. You've probably already seen this, but I mean, it's just I'm just doing this for fun. It says, pick of the day. This is definitely not a friendly girls' night out. And it's definitely not, because in the background you can see the Verity, the goddess of nature from Kid Icarus Uprising. You can see her in the background. Now, this is quite funny because instead of releasing Palutena or anything, they came with a comeback. Sakurai came back and he showed us a picture of Verity. Now, I think this is pretty laughable. So, I enjoy this screenshot a lot. It's cool to see, like, a person, like, from a game as, like, an actual, like, a stage hazard. I'm not exactly sure what she will do. If she'll just be in the background and, like, drop the reset bomb. Maybe she'll talk a little bit. But I think this is just really cool to see, like, a character, instead of in the game, as, like, a stage hazard. And I know everybody's like, oh yeah, Ridley, come on. Yeah, I don't know. And then also you can see Princess Zelda and Rosalina here. And this is as I was saying before with the Palutena screenshot that was leaked, she looks pretty powered up here. And in this photo here, you could see that, but like from all the other photos we've seen, that the characters kind of look powered up as well. They look better. So, and as you can see, the outlines are sort of rough here. So I don't know if this proves anything. It probably just me rambling on, but it shows a little bit more about the Kid Icarus Reset Bomb Forest stage. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the final pick of the day. This is last night what I stayed up for, and it wasn't totally worthless, because this is something that people have been wondering about, but it came to the different conclusion. So, as you can see here, there is someone in place of Conductor Link in the Spirit Train stage. It says, when Toon Link joins the battle, Alfonso is in charge of the train. Alfonso, leave it to me! I have not played Spirit Tracks, so I don't know who Alfonso is. I'm sure he's like an aide to the train. He drives it when you're not there, probably shooting bombs or whatever from the train. But I find this really cool, but yet unnecessary, because Spirit Tracks Link took place, I believe, 100 years after the... I'm not too familiar with the Legend of Zelda timeline, but I believe it was 100 years, and they're like New Hyrule and everything. I'm not exactly sure why they had to do this, because they're two separate links. But I could see how people would get messed up with two links on the thing, especially because now I'm thinking that they'll make a Conductor Link costume. This is a definite, because there's no other costume besides Toon Zelda, and I'm really crossing my fingers for Toon Zelda to get in. So, I mean, this is like pretty much confirming his conductor's outfit. Now, there's another theory going around that, as in the screenshot, you can't see it very well here, but there are outlines on Alfonso. I find this to be funny, because wasn't all characters supposed to have outlines? So what they're saying is that Alfonso is confirmed, and Toon Link takes his place while he's fighting on the stage. Now, I don't know who the heck Alfonso is, and if they're gonna add another Zelda rep, it better be either Toon Zelda, Tingle, or maybe Ghiraham. I think that would be pretty stupid to add that. And since they already added a assist trophy or whatever that is of the armored Zelda Spirit armored girl thingy, still we don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's an assist trophy. Would make sense. So, but I mean, it's really cool to see so much detail being put into this game, especially new features. I mean, this is like never been done before. I mean, seriously, like when one person is battling, a stage changes. I mean, this is like ridiculous. So maybe people are also saying that, oh hey, Ridley might be playable, and then something, maybe Meta Ridley or something else will replace the stage hazard in Pyrosphere stage. I believe this to be false because I don't want Ridley in, actually. Sorry, I'd rather have Dark Samus, even though that it would be kind of a clone. But totally different moves, totally different moveset, and it would be cool to have another bad guy in the game. Which Ridley would be a bad guy as well, but that's just my opinion. So this train is just a really cool screenshot. We also see another one of Link, which is cool. And we also, I believe we see Toon Link's down taunt here. I don't think that his down taunt has been seen yet. He doesn't seem to be holding his sword here, so that pretty much indicates that that is his down taunt. Wait, let me check on that. Is he holding his sword? No, he is not. So that is his down taunt. So this is the confirmation of his down taunt. So that's pretty cool. And it doesn't look like they're showing anything else besides Alfonso on here. He's also wearing the same exact conductor's outfit as Toon Link. So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say for this update. This is our very first Nintendo Uncovered. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm actually going to be doing this pick of the day sort of summary every week. So I'm going to be talking about what I think might be like issued in the game and stuff. So every day I'm going to be every week I'm going to be releasing a new one of these videos on maybe Saturday or Sunday, maybe Monday, I don't know. But whenever day I can get all the pictures together and screenshots and get this done. So, yes, thank you guys for watching this. It was very much appreciated. If you guys want more Super Smash Bros. Information, you could check out my Super Smash YouTube for Super Smash Bros. Universe, or Super Smash Bros. Wii U /3DS, and you can find that at SPK/Preds, Big P Reds, Super Smash, or SPK Preds, and that is my Smash YouTube. Also, you can find me on Miiverse. I'm currently not on Miiverse lately, but you can find me on Miiverse at Superkoopa TS, and this is all in like the information below. So thank you guys for watching this. I hope you will come back for the next Nintendo Uncovered, and yes, as I said, I'll be bringing more of these in the future. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll have some quizzes. It won't just be Smash Bros. We'll be doing a lot of other stuff. And we'll see you next time when we uncover Nintendo. Thank you guys.